Happy Wednesday. This is Helen D. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I've had some new subscribers. Thanks for tuning in. If you've been with me from the very beginning, thanks for coming back for more. Today is Wednesday, March 27th. This should be a fairly quick update. I'm not very organized today. There's a pile of stuff. We're just going to go through it and see what happens. I wanted to do an update today because Frugal Yankee Retreat is this weekend, and I thought if I showed kind of what I'm working on now, then my next video, if I have a lot to talk about the retreat, it won't be quite as long. So, it's nice and sunny here today. The snow is almost gone. Fingers crossed that it keeps melting. We had, I think it was 50 Saturday. And it's supposed to be 50 again this week, so that really helps. So that's been great. I have a bunch to do today to get ready for the retreat, and it's already 11 o'clock. You had those days where you think, oh, I have so much to get done today, and then it's late start at our school, so I don't even drop my son off until 10. You know, you run 2 errands and you come home and you start the laundry and it's 11 o'clock. Pick him up at 3. So I have a very short window of time to get a lot done. So film this first, get it uploading, get things going. If you hear crinkling, there is a giant piece of paper in my living room. We got a soccer net from Amazon, and it came in this giant box that my son could almost lay right down in, with all this like roll of brown paper. So we left it out for the cats, and they've been going crazy. So that's the crinkling sounds. So let's jump in. Like I said, I just kind of pulled all my bags and we will go through them, and nothing will be in order. Actually, I'll start with my one FFO because there's only one, and that way everything else can just kind of be what it will be. I did finish, this is the small from the new Hands-On Design and Priscilla chart. I think it's Chalk on the Farm. So this is how I have it displayed, and in real life you can see the whole thing. I found this little basket at Hobby Lobby. I found a tutorial to make these teeny tiny carrots, and then this is the piece itself. Oh shoot, I meant to write down what this fabric was. I think it's Echo, Picture This Plus Echo. I had a piece, it's a lighter gray. I did change the colors. I took a picture of what I used and put it on my Instagram, which is eastcoast.crafter. I just kind of grabbed what I had. Like, I know this is, I think, Silver Fern. So I just kind of used up some stuff that I had. And because this was a little paler, I went with a paler colors. Here's my back. You can see it's kind of brown in there. I had a few walnut shells, crushed walnut shells, so I shoved them in there. They need a little fluffing. I still haven't figured out how to do the cording so that you sew it in and you don't have the danglies. We'll get there. That'll happen eventually. So that sits in my little basket. And that's great. I can't wait to see what they have next. I would like to do the sign, the carrots and cottontails, but it won't be done this year. So that will wait till next year. I have my peeps up, my little Peep Garland I made a few years ago. The spring things are out. I'm so excited. Winter is over. So that's my FFO. We'll pull over the pile of bags and see what leads into what with what I've been working on. So this, I'm trying to do one a month, although I didn't start until February. I have nothing to put behind it. It's that kind of day. This is Santa's Village. Country Cottage Needleworks. This is on 20 count petite point. I'm not sure how they say it. It's Ada. They make a linen also. I got to admit, these are kicking my butt. This is only my second one. I'm doing mine vertically because I had this frame that I can fit them in, which is why I did them on a 20 count. And I like the polka dots. They're solid. And I can only work on them during the day. I can't work on it at night because it's too small. They're taking forever. So I'm going to finish this one, and then I don't know, last time I finished one and then I set it aside fully and came back to it like, oh, I gotta get this done this month. I might leave it on the Q-snap and just try and do a little bit, like a strand of floss a day, or we'll see. Because that one is kicking my butt. Oh, next in the pile, this was a new start. I don't have a picture because it's a PDF and I only printed out the pattern. So this is the Beekeeper. It's a frosted pumpkin. I had a little scrap of purple Ada. It's a picture of this plus Da Vinci. 14 count Da Vinci. I wasn't planning on doing this, but one of my neighbors, she's the troop leader for 2 different Girl Scout troops, and they're doing a silent auction with a fundraiser, so I told her I would make her something. So this is nice and quick and easy. It's so cute though that now I'm gonna have to make one for myself. I have a vision. It involves this little colander that I found at the dollar spot at Target for $3, and this small on a stick, and some flowers, and a bee made out of pom-poms. We'll see what happens. I picked up 2 of these. One white, one blue. We'll see. Target's dollar spot is on point for spring and Easter. I found those, and I didn't grab it. There's a wheelbarrow that's super cute to put smalls in. I grabbed that, and then when I was in this week, I didn't see this the other week, bunny butts. So this has a hanger, and it's one of those that would be perfect to hang a piece from. $3. Again, won't be done this year. I mean, I can hang it on the wall this year. I might hang it on the door, but I won't have any stitching on it this year. But in future years, bunny butts. So if you have a Target nearby, actually, let me hit pause. I'll grab that wheelbarrow because it's super cute. I stopped the video instead of hitting pause, so now I have to edit. Here's the wheelbarrow. It's got styrofoam bits on it from the packing. They had it in this natural brown, and they had one that was like a creamy white. So yeah, you could put something on it with flowers in it. You could put smalls in it. This was $5. Decorative wheelbarrow. So that was really cute. Mine's a little wobbly. I have to tighten that up. Gotta tighten the wheels up. So dollar spot on point. Next up was a new start. I like it better when I take things out of these bags because now it's just messy. I felt like a new start after having all that frustration with Santa's Village. So I pulled out my next row, and it's Stars and Stripes Forever. I'm using floss that I had on hand. I mean, it only calls for 4 colors. It's a red and a blue and white. And then they had this as like a gray brown, but I changed it to a yellow. So that's what I have so far. And these they stitch up so fast. So this is on Picture This Plus Doubloon. You will notice I've got all this fabric on it. I'm a frugal Yankee, thus the Frugal Yankee Retreat. And I'm finishing these all on a board that I know the dimensions of, and they're all going on it. And I know that I don't need a lot of extra. So I took my that corner, the 17 by 26, whatever size that is, and I measured out strips, and I think it's 4.5 inches because it's a 2-inch pattern on 16 count. And then I'm like, I really just need like 1 inch and a smidge in order to fold it around the board, but I like it on a Q-snap. So I just sewed on a strip of fabric. I mean, I just sewed it on. And then when the time comes, I'll just cut that off. But that let me, I bet I got double what I would have if I had cut the fabric to fit, you know, all the way up. This is a, I don't know, it's a Frankenstein Q-snap. I bet it's 8 by 11. It's little bits and pieces I stuck together. So this way I was able to get more on there. And I did them all in one morning, so they're all cut. They all have their pieces sewn. They're ready to go. So when I want to start one, I can just go grab the fabric and go to town. I am using Classic Colorworks. It's Crescent because it's an oldie. Milady's Teal, Weeks Dye Works Baked Apples, and Classic Colorworks Honeycomb. Oh no, I'm not. I changed that. I didn't like the way it looked. It's Weeks Dye Works Whiskey. The honeycomb was a little too bright. So, and then B5200 to show up better on that fabric. I love those. I love these rows. They're super quick. So that one is underway. Another new start. This is a small, and I'm embarrassed because this should be done. It's tiny, but it's barely started. So this is Crafty Like a Fox. It's called Ginger and Butternut, and it's just a little small. I'm using a scrap, and I can tell I dyed this myself because it's stiff as a board. A scrap of blue, light blue. Everyone's talking about the sulkies. All the cool kids were using sulky threads. I want to be like the cool kids. So I went on Amazon and I bought, this is the spring collection. I kind of looked at this pattern and I already had the DMC pulled. And when I looked online, it was these colors. So other than the bunnies themselves, which I think I want a light brown, I'm using all these sulky threads. And I thought that would also give me a good representation of how mixing looks on a small piece. You know, like if you can tell that one is a sulky and one is a double strand DMC, because these are thicker. So even on, this is a 14, you only use one strand of this, which is fantastic. I haven't gotten to any of the white yet, but I've heard people say that they're going to use sulky white for everything, that it just stitches up so nice. So I love the colors. It's been really nice stitching with the one thread, one strand. This is kind of my car project, and I just haven't been anywhere that I sit in my car. I really should go to school like 10 minutes early and just sit in the car for 10 minutes, and I could probably have that done, but hasn't happened. So that is done. The next bag. So I've been trying to figure out, you know, we're doing the A Very Prairie Year, stitch along. And I got so backed up with that Santa's Village that I didn't want to start anything big this month. So I thought, well, what can I do that's kind of smallish? I wasn't feeling like doing another event. Last year I had started the Sunny Days smalls. My plan for these is to put them in my electrocuted bowl. I had done, and obviously not FFO'd, this is the bottom section of Prairie Schooler July. And I changed all the colors up to kind of make it a little more New Englandy. So I want to do this as the main piece, and then I had the little crab done. These are tiny. I mean, I bet that's not even 2 inches by 2 inches. So I had the crab done, and I'm going to finish these as pillow finishes, but with some extra fabric on the bottom to make them a little bigger. So I thought if I did 3 more, then I'd have 2 for each side. So I got done the upside down seagull, the seagull, the lighthouse, and these are like almost one-nighters. If you start them early enough, one-nighters, and the sailboat. And this is just backstitch. You know, they weren't bad at all. So the reason I thought this should be a good one to do is, weather-wise, is what I'm planning on starting in April. I was kind of hoping to work on it at the retreat, but I haven't had a chance to pull colors. I'm going to do this top one. But I want a lot of the colors, like the house won't be this brown, although that's actually prairie grass, which is brown. But I wanted to use a lot of the same colors. But those colors were in my bag because I hadn't finished these and I was using them for both. So I thought if I get those done, then I can go through all of these and figure out what I want to use and put the rest away, because they're a hot mess on here. So those are done. Oh, look, I found my little scissors. I'm going to need those for this weekend. So now when I get back next week, I can go through that, pick out the colors I want to use. Well, these were on Ariel. Picture this plus Ariel. It's a super light blue. White doesn't show up very well on it, but all of these, the white was surrounded, so that was fine. And then I will start weather-wise for April. And they're not very big. They're 84 by 110, so they're solid. Well, they're not even that solid. So that will be my April. And that's in my Mario bag, my Nintendo bag. Checking a list. That's all my whips. That's half my plans. That's my FFOs. I watched Lynette's video last night, and she kind of did the same thing. She wanted to get a video in before the retreat. So we will be starting, we both have this book, and we thought we should start something in this book. We were thinking April 1st, but we just backed it up a couple days so we could start it together. So we're doing a stitch along with anything from this book. I know little one is doing the Abigail Adams. Lynette is doing this one, and that's actually the same one I'm going to do. There's a bigger picture inside. Not that that looks any clearer with the way the light's hitting it. So that's the one that I'm going to do. It's another small 65 by 81. I had a piece of Heritage, so I'm going to do it on that. I have my colors pulled, and I will start that at the retreat. I'd like to do this one too. Misty did this one, and it's gorgeous. But it's a little bigger, and I thought not this year. In the future. So that's plans. And then this bag has haul plans. The first two of the Scary Apothecary, which I adore. I'm planning on doing, there's supposed to be 9 of them. I think right now I'm planning on doing 8. And I have a piece, I should take a video anyway. It seems I have to edit this anyway. I should stop and take a video of what I found. When she first posted these, I saw that finished with the triangle and the felted ball, and I thought, I want to make a banner. And I was thinking I would put it like across the piano. And then I thought, no, because the cats are going to destroy it if I put it there. I met my friend Cheryl this weekend, and we were down in Portland. We went shopping. I found this window frame at Michael's, but it's like, I think they said it was blue, but to me it looks more blue-green. So that's what I picked up, and it's already hanging up, and I put a wreath on it just for spring. But I think I'm going to hang them off of that. So I am going to use for these, picture this plus fog, which is just like a super pale taupey gray. She uses, I think, Winter Wishes from Fabrics by Stephanie. I bought, this is a 13 by 17, so a fat eighth. And then, you know, at 1, 2, 3, you can get those teeny tiny scraps, the 8 by 12s. So this will get me, I bought this little one so I could see if I like the color. I can get 2 on here and 4 on here. So that's 6. And then I can just buy another small one and get the last ones on. I have all the colors. I'm planning on using all the called for colors except it calls for 8 different Krynics number 4 braid, and I don't have a problem with number 4 braid. That's a lot of Krynic to buy. I already had, last year, year and a half ago, there was a store in Damascotta, and they bought out another woman that had a store in her house, and she had a big pack of treasure braid. I think it was like 35 treasure braids for $32 or something crazy. So I bought it. So I just kind of went through and picked the colors I thought were closest. I might get a little bit more vibrant of a green. This is pale in person. But other than that, everything kind of went. You know, I looked at the pictures and I'm going to use these. They're just little tiny bits, so you won't notice. So that will be started next month because I'd really like to have those up for Halloween. That's the last of my bags. I have one little tiny pile of haul, and it's all from stash unload or unloading. This is the only picture, and it's tiny. This is Bent Creek Woolly. It's adorable. So it's 3 sheep with some sunflower things around them. I love when I find these on Stash Unload because this is a kit, and I think originally, does it have a price? $20. But it comes with the linen and pearl cotton, which I'm not a huge fan of. And I won't use the linen, and I won't use the pearl cotton. This is a tiny little kit too, a tiny chart. I don't really want to spend $20 on it. So I got the chart and then some extra scraps so I can match the colors. Same with this one. This was from the same seller. This is, I didn't take it out because I fell through it. I'm using my other camera again because the quality is better, but it just did that glitch thing. So this is called Hop. It's a tall trio. I'm thinking this might go on my tall white stand next year, not this year. And then the other one that I've had my eye out for, again, it's sold as a kit, and I don't really want the kit. Secret Pumpkin Patch. There's a whole series of these, and they're all adorable. There's a turkey one that's to die for. So I may have to invest in that one at some point. It's really cute. So Secret Pumpkin Patch. So those are all smallish. Yeah, this year I've kind of, oh, there's the cat. I've kind of been doing more small charts. I feel like I'm getting a lot done, but I do have some bigger ones that I want to get started. So I'm thinking, you know, I've moved on from spring. Last year, when I put my spring decorations out, I really didn't think I had that much. So I really kind of focused this year on getting some spring things done. And everything's up, so I can take a couple, we'll take a quick little picture tour or video tour. I'll snap some pictures for you. So I've kind of moved on to summer once I get those little bunnies done. So then we'll do some summer stuff, and then I want to start the last Priscilla and Kathy Haberman, the Chalk on the Farms. I'd like to do fall, and I'd like to start it fairly soon, and winter, and those are bigger charts. So that's what I've been working on. Really excited for the retreat. We're headed down early Friday afternoon. My sister and our friend Wendy are meeting me here, and we're driving down. It's only a couple hours. We are staying, Donna and I are staying with our friend from New Hampshire and a couple of her friends in a big giant double room suite. There's a double batch of tiny whoopie pies in my freezer ready to go that we're doing like a crock pot potluck on Friday, and I signed up for whoopie pies because I knew I could make them in advance and stick them in the freezer. They took forever because I did a double batch, and then I made them with the small cookie scoop because I knew we'd have a lot of other treats. So I felt like I must have had, 8 cookie sheets full of whoopie pie shells. So those will be going. My small is done and ready to go. I'll have to take a picture of that to show you guys after. I need to figure out what I'm bringing to work on. I'm thinking stars and stripes, maybe that little bunny, maybe the bees. I might be done with the bees by then. What I've been doing is working on Santa's Village if I have time during the day. Sometimes late afternoon when my son gets home we have a little time because he needs a little downtime. And then in the evening when I can't see those tiny holes, I work on something a little bigger. So, I mean, that bee one I just started last night. Those are quick, it's tiny. So that's the plan. I'll take a couple pictures for you of some things around the dining room. They're mostly all in the dining room. There's a couple hanging up some other places. Oh, you know what? I have a vintage that I don't think you can see. Let me attempt to pause and not turn you off. Hold on. Now I have a cat butt. So this comes out in the spring. I have no idea what it's called. I stitched this late 90s. This was one, it was in my mom's stuff in the attic. And when I decided I wanted to do, oh, you can see everything on my messy kitchen table. There's my peeps, they're in a bowl. I can't get that to look good. Obviously it's not museum glass. This is the first piece I had framed. I stitched this, I was working one summer in between, I think, my junior and senior year of college. I had 3 jobs. I had like a regular job, an evening job, and a weekend job. And the weekend job was at a call center. So we could do things while you're waiting for people to call in. It was for the Maine Tourism Board. So if you visited Maine in the late 90s and you called for information, because that's what we did then, we didn't just go online, you might have talked to me. So I worked on this and then I finished it that year in college and she had it framed for me. I mean, there's a great big fold in the middle because it was Kit Ada. It's kind of wrinkly now. Like, it wasn't the best framing job. It was from a box store. It's all we had. That's what we had. So I pulled this out at Easter time and put that up. This is what we deal with here. Hey. This is why I can't leave a lot of things out. No, she's trying to see what trouble she can get into. What are you doing? Hey. The people don't want to see that view. Oh. Hey. Yeah. Such is life around here. Thank you guys. I'll stop babbling. I'll take a couple pictures, like I said, of just some of the spring things and put them in if she doesn't knock them on the floor first. And talk to you guys later. And we'll talk about retreat when we come back. And I hope you all have a good weekend. And the snow is melting if you have snow where you are. And it's bright and sunny if you don't. Have a great day, guys. Bye.